Are you having fun in your business? I mean, it should be fun, right? Well, sometimes the fun gets overlooked when you're dealing with the have-tos, the complexities of being your own boss and actually running the show. It's my goal that this, the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast, can help reignite your spark of fun by providing tips, tools, insights, and inspiration so you can enjoy running your business in the simplest, easiest, most fun way possible. I'll be sharing practical tips and ideas that you can implement immediately, along with business and money mindset insights to keep you moving forward no matter what's going on around you. I'm your host, Deirdre Amies, the Fun Business and Money Coach and founder of Powered by Personality. Let's play. Hey there, and welcome back to the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast. I'm your host, Deirdre Amies. If you're listening in real time, you'll know that we're at the pointy end of the year. It's the end of November 2023. Had to think about that for a moment. This is often when people are starting to make plans and turning their thoughts to the coming year. So that's what the next few episodes are going to be focused on. Goals. I mean, you might already have your goals mapped out for the next year or two, which is great. That ruler archetype energy is something that I so admire in our entrepreneurs. There's a laser focus on what you're doing, where you're going, and how it's going to happen. If you don't know what a ruler archetype is, or any other archetype for that matter, I actually covered all 8 of the money archetypes back in episode 3, Unlock the Power of Your Money Personality. So go check that out when you're done with this one. But you might be someone who hit play on this episode because it sounded all right, and you're only just thinking, probably should get something sorted for 2024. This episode is definitely for you. Now, in my experience, goals always work better when you do some mindset work first. You can't just throw things out there and go, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and these are the logistics and all of the practical things. You've got to lay the foundations for it all with your mindset. And a really popular thing to do, especially in recent years, or at least that's when it's come to my attention, is to choose a word of the year, which is what we're going to talk about today. But I'm going to throw in some special entrepreneur-minded sauce to spice it up a bit and turn your word for 2024 into something that yields real results. It's not just a piece of fluff that you'll find under the sofa months later and then toss it in the bin with a shrug, which is also why this is a longer episode. I mean, I really could have just written a social media post, a really short one, and be done with it. Like, hey, here's my word of the year. Boom, what you think about that? Trust me, there's so much more to it. It may seem like this is a lot to boil it all down to just one word, but stick with me and you'll find the real power of your word of the year. Now, I've been choosing a word of the year for myself for probably the last 10 years or so. And yes, initially it was a piece of fluff that came from a fun exercise and was quickly forgotten. But now it's something that has way more impact and power to guide my mindset throughout the entire year. So let's get into the details so that your word for 2024 can do the same for you. If you use it the way I'm going to share with you, it can help inspire and lift you above the online noise, kind of like you're putting on blinders and focusing solely on your own path ahead, which is pretty important. It helps you cut out that mental chatter so that you're not distracted or doubting yourself so much. Your word of the year can help you achieve your revenue goals and to make every decision in your business easier. There are a couple of misconceptions, though, about the word of the year that we need to clean up first. And I've also got some insights into how it can impact and support your income goals and your money flow. So, what is your word of the year? Well, first up, it's a clarity tool. The main purpose of your word is to give you a whole new outlook on who you are and what your business is all about. This is a new way of thinking about yourself. Who do you need to be in order to embody this particular word? Who is the person that you'll grow into and evolve into over the next 12 months? Think about the skills that you're going to learn, the achievements you're going to celebrate along the way. That person is amazing. The second thing that your word of the year is it's soul-driven. It should come from your intuition. We have resolutions and goals, and those tend to come from our head. They're based in the shoulds and trying to keep up with others. That's not where this word comes from. Your word of the year has power, it has energy, and it has emotion. It's a bit of an adventure. It's something that you're yet to discover. It can help you to let go of the non-productive habits, the people and things in general that don't fit with where you're headed. And in that respect, it can help you strengthen your boundaries in all areas of your life. And your word of the year can also help you release obstacles. It helps you spot the opportunities and create success from a place of flow rather than a place of force. It's meant to teach you about yourself and help you to find the easiest path to those goals that you want to achieve. Now, what your word of the year is not, it's not something that you set and forget. It's not an exercise where you just grab a trendy, cool word and post about it on social media come January. Like, hey, this is my word. You can't control the word where it just comes to you and then you assess or judge it as maybe not sounding fun. Maybe it doesn't sound big enough or fancy enough. That's not true at all. You've got to stick with the one that speaks to your intuition. Now, an example of this is my word from 2021, which was thrive. That's what I wanted, but that's actually not what I needed. In hindsight, it should have been something more like release, because that turned out to be a big year of releasing old ways of thinking, releasing control, all kinds of letting go and releasing. Your word of the year is also not multiple words. It's not words of the year. It's one word, period. And it's not word of the month either. Multiple options split your attention and they lack power because you're always thinking of the other word or the next word. This is a single word that you stick with for the entire year and allow it to work its magic on you. You can have the same word several years running too. There's no rules around that. This is particularly useful if you get to the end of the year and you feel like you're only just starting to step into the power of it and see or feel the results. So if that feels right for you to do, you can amplify your results if you stick with that word again. Now that we've clarified what it is and what it isn't, I've got 2 simple steps to actually help you choose your word of the year. You might already have a word coming to you now, whether it's been in your mind for a bit, or maybe it's just come up as you've been listening to this. What's that word? It'll be something that comes through as your first instinct. That's your intuition talking. Pay attention to that. And if you haven't got one already whispering through your mind, that's okay too. The first step is to get emotional about what you want. In a business context, what do you want? What's the compelling emotion or emotions behind that desire? Write those down and just give them some acknowledgement. At its most basic, what is it that you want for your business? It could be more time, more money, more clients. What is it that you want? An example of this is my word for 2023, which we're just coming to an end with. My word is freedom. I wanted growth in all areas of my business, but not at the expense of my own energy and mental well-being. I knew exactly what I wanted to do in my business and how it would feel, but that meant that there had to be more balance between work and play. And of course, I could have chosen balance as my word to focus on, but freedom had a much stronger emotional pull for me. Freedom to choose what I work on, when I do it, how I do it, where I do it. Freedom to go with the flow and play when that's what I'm feeling called to do. I had no idea what would happen as a result of choosing freedom, but that emotion was very strong. It felt like a cool breeze on a hot, still day, or like calm amongst the chaos and busyness. It really stood out. The second step is to let your word choose you. You can't force it. It's one word that calls you out and pulls you forward. When you allow it to come to you, it's like your soul is showing you the easiest path to up-level. Your intuition whispers, it doesn't shout, and we really need to give it more credit for that. Just trust that when the word comes to you, it's from your soul, and it's meant especially for you over the next 12 months or so. So start playing with the word when it shows up. Think about it for a few days and ask yourself, if this is my word for 2024, what could this look like for me in the next 12 months? What could this look like? The ideas should immediately come through. You'll have clarity. You'll see the things that need to change and what you can let go of. That stuff is going to continue to unfold over the full 12 months. So don't worry if it doesn't show you the whole picture like a lightning bolt of power that instantly charges you up and kicks you into gear. That's not how it works. It might in some cases, but not for most people. One thing to note is that your word doesn't always have to be a verb. It can be an identity like communicator or leader. Leader is such a powerful one. That's simply telling you what you can become when you focus on this word. So what do you want to become in 2024? Now, even though this is a mindset-focused episode, there are some practical benefits to your word of the year as well, one of which is boosting your income. I got 4 ways that you can do this. The first one is it's time to go, FOMO. When you choose a word, there are probably some things that you're going to have to let go of. And for a lot of people, that's FOMO. Like, what if another word is your real word and you just don't know it yet? You've just got to let that shiz go. You've got your word. And you can probably let go of thinking that your word is boring or too common as well. It doesn't have to be some trending, cool buzzword. In fact, the simpler the better, in my opinion, because there's no mistaking what it means. That boring or common word, that's exactly what you need. Whatever it is that you need to let go of, fear, doubt, all the things, take note of it. Because there's always a gap between where you are now, the person that you are in this moment, and where you want to be, the person that you'll become, future you. Identifying the gap helps you to spot the resources, the opportunities, and all the good stuff that's out there waiting to support you in reaching those goals. So quit doing things out of should and start doing things that feel aligned, things that you actually need. The second way that it can boost your income, you've got to commit to your word. Don't be changing that word mid-year. There's no way that you're going to get the true value of it by not committing to the process for at least a full year with the one word. Like I said, it's not word of the month. Changes can happen in a flash, and other times it takes a while to unfold and see the results. And that's absolutely what's happened for me through 2023. But by staying focused on my word freedom, the results I want are now showing up everywhere. So if you abandon your word mid-year, you haven't fully transformed yourself or your business results. That's an avoidance tactic that's usually driven by ego, not intuition. So don't quit the magic halfway through the spell. You can also apply your word to creating income. And even if it doesn't seem to fit, trust me, it fits. Look for the ways that your word can direct your decisions and actions. It could be that your word is focus, where you focus on marketing a high-ticket offer to a very specific niche for at least the next 3 months, instead of all the generic things that, of course, you're highly talented and of course you can do them. But that ultimately confuses your audience because you're being too general about everything and not showing them exactly what you do and how you help. You can focus on audience building, making frequent offers for the same program, and speaking the right way to exactly the right people. Focus. It's not just a productivity word. Your word of the year can help you make new decisions, create new goals, establish new habits, and take inspired action. It shouldn't just be a fun thing that you stick on the wall, although I highly recommend you do get something up on your wall stat. I always make something in Canva that I laminate and I stick on the wall, so it's in my line of sight every single day. It's also got my personal and business objectives for the year on it, so it becomes that very useful tool that I promised it can be right at the start of this episode. Make it a motivating and inspiring thing. So 2024 can be your year of exponential growth. Use it to create a year that you're proud of and full of achievements, whether they're big or small. This is something that you can reflect on in 12 months' time and see how you close the gap between who you are right now and that future amazing version of you. So that's what I got for you today. Get your word of year working for you in all areas of your life, business, and money. Stick to it, even when it seems hard. Release the need to control and just surrender to it. That's a good word if that's what you need. Don't let your ego take you out before you've given your goals a real shot at becoming reality. So what's your word for 2024? I would love to hear about it. Send me a DM and tell me what your word means for you. I love hearing people's stories because it gives me goosebumps. And that's actually what I felt when my word for 2024 came to me, which is receive. I am open to receive on all levels, in my business, my personal life, everything. Open to receive. So send me that DM. I'm at Fun Business, Fun Money, all one word, on Facebook and Instagram. If you're on LinkedIn, you can DM me there. Just search for Deirdre Amies and let's get connected. If you prefer email, hello@deirdreamies.com is where you'll get me. And if you're on my weekly Fun Day email list, you can hit reply to any of those, and it's me who answers, not my VA. And side note, if you're not on my weekly Fun Day email list, what are you waiting for? Get on it pronto. Just click the link in the description and get yourself on the fun list. You'll find the links to all those ways to get in touch in the description and in the show notes. And for my Ignite clients, you'll find the advanced Word of the Year strategy and template in the bonus section of your client portal. We combine your word with some powerful growth values in specific areas of your business, which will help you focus in more detail, stay focused, make decisions easier, and basically tune out what's not important. For everyone else, you can get your hands on that advanced strategy and template in 2 ways. You can become one of my clients either through Ignite, my 6-month business and money coaching program, or by booking an Ignite VIP day. Or you can purchase the standalone training from the Powered by Personality Hub. You'll have the template, instructions, and a full explainer video to walk you through this super powerful process that you can repeat year after year. You'll find the links to more info about Ignite, the full program, the VIP day, and how to get the advanced Word of the Year template and strategy in the description and in the show notes. Get your word, play with it, and then implement it into your life and business and watch what happens over the next 12 months. Take care. Have fun with your word for 2024, whatever it may be, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for joining me. If you found this episode useful, make sure you hit that follow button on your chosen podcast platform so you get the notifications when each new episode goes live and you don't miss anything. If you know someone who would also get something from it, don't be shy, share it with them. One of the best things about being a business coach for online entrepreneurs is helping them make sense of their creative ideas and turn them into a simple, clear business system that actually makes money. A client recently described me as a castle building expert. You've got the big vision and some of the building materials already, but you don't quite know how to bring it all together into a solid foundation. Then I come along and I show you the blueprint that makes sense of it all. I love that analogy. And I'd love to show you your personalized blueprint, the one that's just right for you and your clients. But I can't do that until you join Ignite, my business and money coaching program. So head on over to deirdreamies.com/ignite for all the details. Fill out the application form and let's talk about building your castle in the simplest, easiest way possible.